Is that charging?
Mm-hmm. That's those lights are on.
Okay, cool. What's the signal for me to give you the call? Will you just go? Psst. You played it flawlessly the other day for me. I don't see why we can't just do it again. What do you mean? I was standing right in front of you when you came right there. Remember? And you were like, I can't believe I just played it flawlessly. I've been practicing so much. And I was like, there you go. It shows. Yeah? Okay. Have you rehearsed that? As long as you've actually rehearsed it, you're not just going to go up there and wing it. There's a few. Because you are good at improv, there is one thing. There is one thing.
That's exactly right. Hey Spencer.
Hello Liz, how are you?
Tired.
Tired?
It's almost bedtime.
It is almost bedtime.
Yeah.
But I'm still awake. I had my coffee.
Everyone can like.
Do you want Costa to just like play something right now before we officially get started? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I mean, how many more people do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, people trickle in, but
Play in maybe three or 5 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
You know this church, we're all fashionably late.
Alright, that was it. So, what's gonna happen is you'll just... You can just I'll give you a cue and I'll...
I mean, he's going to be playing, right? Once you go sit down, once he finishes, you go sit down. Oh,
I'm not sure when.
I'm just making an assumption here. What if he's going to play?
Well, while he's playing, make the phone call. And like,
Make sure he knows that, so stop playing once you pick up.
And I mean the wine, like just the wine, but we're gonna make it and my friend and I were like, well, I guess we haven't finished it, and we paid for it. But it was, and then we were pretty much around, but I'm so hungry for it. Yeah. Yeah. And then I would, and then yeah, and even but then it's like when it goes off,
He's going to finish and you're going to start. feels more than a pen. And just, yeah, I guess you're right.
Bring this leg back.
I just feel like it's slowly falling. I feel like it's slowly dropping. I'm tightening it, but it's like,
Place placement of the legs too, but also
I'm also zoomed in on it. But you would see that any kind of movement there.
Hello? Yeah. You know, it all started this one time when I wanted to make cookies. Yeah, and I was out of sugar. So I had to go to my neighbor's house to get some sugar. And I thought I'd use playing some Mario Kart, so I decided to sit down and play some Mario Kart. And after a while, I remembered that I needed to get some sugar. So I went back to his kitchen and decided just to get some of his own cookies. Then I realized I had to replace his cookies, you know, because I ate it. So I went down to the store, and while I was on my way to the store, I saw that there was a dog. And, you know, the dog didn't have an owner, so I decided to pick up the dog and take him to the pound. But that shelter, you know, it was a kill shelter, so I decided to take the dog home. And then I found out that I didn't have any food for the dog, so I went to the store to get, you know, some food for the dog, and, well, that's not my phone. Well, good evening, folks. We are here for open mic night here at St. Matthew's. If you all want to come on in here, we are going to start in just a moment. I was asked here tonight to be the MC because, well, I can be a big joker. All right. So I also knew that I had to have a few jokes, you know, because there is kind of a, let's see here. We do have kind of a rainbow assortment of people here. And as you can see, I am invested in this performance. And some of these jokes came to me on a little clear night.
Aww.
In case you can't see, it's a clear chess piece. All right. So tonight we're going to have a few jokes, a few musicians. We have our wonderful accompaniment, Costa, over there. He's sitting on his phone, just waiting to rip into that piano. So if you have something that you want to bring us tonight and perform, we would love that. We are also donating all of the proceeds tonight to the Interfaith Food Pantry. And I believe we have a representative here today, and I think she wants to say a few words on their behalf. Woo! You don't have to.
I have a big voice. So
thank you everybody so much. So I'm the volunteer assistant coordinator at the North Hollywood Interfaith Food Pantry. And for those of you that are not familiar with us, we're a coalition of 13 churches and synagogues, and we've been around for 35 years. We serve food 52 weeks a year, twice a week out of First Christian Church. We're doing about 250 bags of groceries weekly right now. We never close, and we're very happy that Temple Beth Hillel, one of our partners, allows us to inventory all of the food in their basement. And what's interesting in this day of automation and technology, what we do is a very manual, very unsexy process. We collect food, we sort food, we pack food, we bag food, and we transport the bags to our clients, and then we give them out of the church. Repeat. So what I'm trying to do is really work with the community in these troubled times to establish not only a culture of compassion and caring, but also try to educate the next generation of kids and young adults that, you know, caring is a year-round kind of holiday, and to establish the tradition within them. So everything that you donate to us tonight allows us to actually purchase the food that we don't get through donations. So thank you so much.
All right, did everybody hear what she had to say? You all remember it? I want you all to know that I have the memory of an elephant. I went to the zoo last week and I saw an elephant. Thank you. All right, so does anybody want to go first? Do I have any victims or volunteers? Just a raise of hands. Anybody? David, would you like to start us off tonight? No? All right then. Fine, I'll break us off with something that I've been practicing a little bit of. I'm not quite fluent in the mandolin yet, but I started practicing and we're going to see what happens. So when I got this mandolin, I decided that I was supposed to learn something that was classical on a mandolin. And it's typical in Irish music to play something called an Irish reel, which is just a small little section of music that kind of repeats, sounds a little different, but it can go on and on and on and on. I'm going to play a little part of it for you. Thank you. That is anything for Jim Joe. All right. That took about 2 weeks and many, many hours in those 2 weeks to do, but my fingers sometimes felt like they were bleeding, even though I don't have any, bleed marks or their calluses are building up, finally. So does anybody have anything that they would like to bring? Liz, I know that you have some poetry.
No. No, I don't. I really don't.
No?
I'm not going to do it.
Anybody else?
Okay, I'll go ahead. It's not mine, though.
All right. Would you like a microphone?
This is not my poem, but it is something a friend turned me on to, and it was written by Danielle de Tiberis during the Kavanaugh hearings. This is a smear, plain and simple. I look forward to testifying on Thursday about the truth and defending my good name and the reputation for character and integrity I have spent a lifetime building against these last-minute allegations. Brett Kavanaugh. She swore before God that she hid because she was naked, and the angel in the shape of a snake had tricked her. She presented an affidavit proving that when one is knowledgeless, one believes all sorts of things. The fruit was ripe, and she was hungry after all. But the Lord said he wanted her to be naked without knowing she was naked. The snake would never be at fault, for snakes will be snakes, and everyone knows a snake can't help but slither. And just what was she doing strutting around the garden, naked, inviting serpents to talk, 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 and take, take, take? Because rape doesn't always mean rape, and who's to say really? No eyewitnesses, no probable cause. Even memory betrayed her, hazy with drink and youth. Like the women from Sabines who said they were charmed by the city anyhow, caught on the battlefield between husband and father. What else to do but offer up their bodies in the name of peace? Later, in the kitchen, preparing parsnips and boiled wheat, some tried to name what happened on the long road to Rome. But who would listen to a woman speak of such private wrongs? No charges were filed, they'd say. After all these years, they say, testimony against a soldier, a swan, a brother, a bull, a father, a god. Outcomes include, but are not limited to, her becoming a slut, a gorgon, a wife, a tree, a joke. She was his wife, his friend, his patient, his student, his property, his. And just who did she think she was? She knew because her mother told her. So she let her words settle in her mouth, taste of bitten tongue. She knew because she saw who they burned, never could cook pork again without remembering. Taught her daughters how to scatter memory like smoke. She knew because she saw what happened when her neighbor burned the steak and how the others pretended not to see. How easy it'd be if only she could train herself to unsee, to unbruise like a miracle fruit. She waited because she was told to, and she was told to do as she's told. Days taught her that, nights too. She waited so long, time became a page absent of her, no proof or trace. So long that when she spoke, her voice seemed to stain all that white space. A smear of oil against flesh. At the last minute, an anointing to ward off demons, though her faith had almost run out. She'd already tried everything else and had nothing left to lose. At the last minute she spoke, and her word was the beginning enough.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. All right, next up, I would like to invite Sandy. Sandy, and I think she brought a guest with her tonight.
Oh, she's not singing. She's just
Oh, not singing, okay.
Yeah.
Just supporting. And just so you know, we do have refreshments in the back. I think we have wine and snacks of different sorts. We also have water. If you need a bathroom, it is over in the back behind the library. And if you all need to know how to cut an ocean in half, you can use a seesaw.
Oh, that's good.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Sandy?
I'm Sandy. Hi, I'm Sandy, and I'm singing a song called "The World" by Torrin Wells.
Cool. Thank you so much, Santa. I went to Home Depot this last week with my mom, and after I had picked out a few of the hardware pieces that I needed, I walked past somebody with her dog. And I said, "Oh, cutie." Walked about 5 paces, turned to my mom and said, "See, you can talk to humans like they're dogs as long as they have a dog with them." Sorry. On that note, Mel, I think you have something prepared for us tonight. Oh, she's left. All right. Oh, no worries. After that joke, I don't blame her.
You what? We are going to have the audience participate during the finale, so I think we should warm everyone up first.
Very nice.
This one always makes me think of Joan. I think we should sing My Favorite Things together. So if you could join me, this is not a solo. This is audience participation. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, rice on kettles and warble in mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses and blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
All right, thank you so much, Mel, for warming us up there. All right, do I have anybody else that would like to come up and present something? All right, then, I'll go back to the mandolin. All right, so if you know the chorus or any part of this song, please sing along, because I'm not so great at singing this one. But I just kind of like the sound of the song and then the sound of it on the mandolin. So. Sorry. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hall, playing a new game, laughing and running, hey, skipping and jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts are thumping with you, brown-eyed girl. You are brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened? Tuesday was so going down to the old mine with a transistor radio, slipping and sliding right behind the rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, brown-eyed girl. haven't donated, please donate in the back. And if you've donated already, you can always donate again. And do I have anybody else?
You have a volunteer. Here.
A volunteer. Now, if any of you are familiar with barnyard animals, you should probably know this next one. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? Nobody?
They're not sedans.
Pastor? Well, if they had 4 doors, they'd be chicken sedans.
Oh,
That's cute. I like that one.
Thank you.
Okay. This joke is about spaghetti.
Okay, all right. Nancy has a joke.
For several years, a man was having an affair with an Italian woman. One night, she confided in him that she was pregnant. Not wanting to ruin his reputation or his marriage, he said he would pay her a large sum of money if she would go to Italy to secretly have the child. Furthermore, if she stayed in Italy to raise the child, he would also provide child support until the child turned 18. She agreed, but asked how would he know when the baby was born. To keep it discreet, he told her to simply mail him a postcard and write spaghetti on the back. He would then arrange for the child to support payments to begin. Stuck together.
Spaghetti.
Well, anyway, he agreed to do this, and then she asked, how would he know when the baby was born? He told her to call it spaghetti on the back. So then the one day, I lost the other part of the joke, since wife got the card in the mail. I said, what does this mean? He said, oh, I'll explain it to you later. He picked up the postcard, he looked at it, and he fainted. What was said on the card was spaghetti, 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 spaghetti. 3 with meatball, 2 without. Can you send